Hello. Welcome to building the Milton Valley Railroad, where Kango Fango, who set this up for me, apparently left an object selected called Tug Hercules. So it's apparently a Roman version of a Greek tugboat, because the original Greek, of course, is Heracles, not Hercules. Heracles after we've got the goddess Hera. Apparently, there you go. That is apparently it. It looks like it's... Oh, and it's got lots of faces inside. I see. There you go. And if you look in, you can see that it's got double faces. You can see the insides as well, which isn't great. I know that myself, because I totally didn't accidentally have my train all have every face doubled because I was using an updated version of Blender that had two-sided faces as the default and not single-sided faces. No, I don't know what you could possibly mean. What do you mean you saw the conversation in the official Discord of the Trainz, well, the official Trainz Discord server within the content creation channel? What do you mean by that? I have no idea. Right, so the plan for today is to build houses along here, or buildings along there, buildings along there. We'll probably do the museum lot over here as well. And yeah, that's really the only thing left to do before we extend the final thing, well, the final baseboards to where the actual terminus is, which is where the Milton Valley Railroad will terminate. So, oh hello, Tomsteed130. Hello. It has been a while. How are things with you? Kangafango, hello. Albaster916, hello, favourite Elvis impersonator Sharadise. I didn't realise Elvis was impersonating me. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I'll be sure to get in touch with his lawyers. Oh, hi. Yes. No idea why this was selected, though, honestly. Looks quite a bit pale. Build houses in Sims 3. Stead. Tom's Ted. Oh, yes, of course, sorry. I always get them mixed up. Sims 3 is a game which I have not live streamed, but I do own a copy of. So, last time we built this park to what it currently looks like. I think this is pretty good like this. I will need to add like 2 more buildings back there, because you can look through the gaps, but that should be quite fast. All I need to do is select something like that, maybe put that there, and maybe even the same asset back there. So now, if you do manage to get a glimpse through there, you can actually see that there is a building back there. It's quite good. Though I do think that brick wall is a bit tall. Maybe sink it down to waist height? But then you won't have the wall climbers going up. Plus you won't feel as protected from the traffic going by. I don't know, I'm going to leave it like it is now for the time being, but I might change it later. So, with us now going to we're now going to extend this way the buildings, which means we need to first extend the trees, because the trees will determine how much we can actually see, and how much we can actually see will determine how much we need to actually build. We wouldn't want to build a whole lot and then put down the trees and then find out we can't actually see any of it, and then well, have that be waste of time. Did run GWR auto train to all combinations, which there's a 12 which has 12 a couple days ago on Hango Tramway. I'm happy. Yeah, I was really surprised by how many times the Hango Tramway got downloaded, like on the DLS. It was over 1,000 downloads already. That really did surprise me. Although, I will say now, for the 300th live stream milestone, I'm not going to make another route, because the Haddencote tramway already took long enough, and that I put much more detail onto that route than I had originally intended to, and made it a lot more open. So yeah, although depending on how timelines line up, I may be able to announce what my next kind of larger route project will be, like payware route project. Because, as you may or may not know, I'm actually making my very first own train asset for a route. And it's actually going quite well. In the beginning there were some issues as I was learning how it all worked. And those got solved, and now everything's actually working without issues. So that's very good. And I've not announced what it is going to be yet, so that's the thing I might do for the 300th live stream, if I've not already announced it before then. Do I want this to really go that low, or that high? I mean, I think I'll want these a bit lower, because I do want there to be a gradient going up with the tree height as well, or shrub height. And I do need to turn these so that they're not too close to the tracks. How much can we actually tree? That's good. An amazing route. Aw, thank you very much. I fully agree, though, just out of curiosity, did you play through the officials in our sessions too? The PDF I'm looking at for my work has C bracket in it, but it's a poorly cropped image, so has come out as that. Ah, that's fun. Oh wow, Blender? Yep, Blender. I'm using Blender 3, and I'm using an exporter someone made. It's on the exporter is on GitHub. It's you can download it. It's used to export .im files and .kin files, because I know like the official suggestion is to use Trainz mesh files instead. Well, to use FBX, and then that gets converted by the content manager into Trainz mesh files. But there was a reason, which I have now forgotten, why I decided to use the .im files instead. I honestly don't quite remember what it was, but it did have a good reason. I started working on the train summer last year, and then I had other projects that I was working on, including the Haddencote tramway. And then, of course, my old computer stopped working properly and stuff like that, so I've not been able to finish the train. But now I'm making good progress on it. How about a Pittsburgh Bun extension for number 300? It would be fun, but I don't think so. Because with the Haddencote tramway, you already got much more than I had originally intended to commit to making. Yes, a random first. Ah, yes, Kangafanga made the 8th official session. One second, one moment. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Yeah, but Kangafanga made that. Yes. Right. Session 8, the one I had made, was updated back in February to use the then approved van repaints for the Austin LD1 to say Haddencote laundry service. Lovely. Okay, so height-wise, how does this look? It looks okay, but these are still a little bit too tall. How about like that? I think that's good. You can still clearly see the intersection. And then as you come up, you can still see it going up on both sides. Then coming underneath, coming out here, then you've got these views, and then you carry on back that way. So now I've just got to paint it and then maybe add some bushes. There we go. Shredder's Coleman Mountains Railroad is great too. I think it's the only payware route to involve the GG1, isn't it? As far as I'm aware, yes. But all of the trains on the Coleman Mountains Railroad are the ones from the DLS. I didn't update or remake any of those. So those are the same old assets. However, it is good to... I mean, that was the major, like the biggest inspiration for making that route, because all of those great old New Haven assets, which I knew about for such a long time but never had a route to use on, I wanted to give them a home. And so I made the Coleman Mountains Railroad for them. And then I included a little bit of Pennsylvania stuff too, because I thought, if I'm already going to make an electric USA route, I might as well include some of the PRR stuff as well, even though I know that the overhead systems were very different and they would not be able to run on the same systems. But in universe, in the route, some of them got converted so that they can run on the same system, even though the pantograph height doesn't quite line up on the GG1s. Love those reskinnable lab vehicles. Yeah, when my train gets released on the DLS, even though the route will be payware, the train will be freeware. When it gets released on the DLS, it will be freely reskinnable as well. Yeah, they're lovely. I wish Twitch had are you sure you want to leave pop-up for idiots like me that click bookmarks rather than other tabs? Aww. Oh, Anthony Sarson too. Hello. Hello. Have I been remembered? Of course. Run and remember. I had repainted it before the Hadn't Got Trammy released, but because the van's author, Captain, hadn't replied yet and I didn't want to release the repaints without permission, I decided not to include them in the initial release. But the author got back to me and the repaints are released and the session got updated. I have since last watched your streams. What? I've since watched your streams. I started another Trainz. Oh, you've started. Okay. Lovely. Do you have some screenshots you would like to share? Yes, that would be great. Greetings. How have you been? The good old days do occasionally come up as well, Anthony. The good old days of the invisible cookies and all that. Actually, do I want that there? Is that might be a little too wide? Actually, no, that's fine. Okay. Put a few here. And I really want to do this bit quite quickly because we've still got a lot of buildings to place and I don't want to spend too much time on the bushes. Unlike Slovak Eagle, I've got other routes to build, other bits of the route to build other than bushes. Sorry, that's a different melody. Although it's got to do with Trainz too, I think. Wink, wink. Right. And then I'll probably have this area filled with these bushes as well. And then probably move those down a bit. I'll put the bushes down up to about here, which is where the block begins where the museum will go. And we'll see how that stretch looks. I'll rechat in a bit. I just don't want to get too caught up in it because I actually want to make progress on the route. I know, it seems like a ludicrous idea, but sometimes you've got to dream big to achieve what you want to achieve. Okay, now that I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, let's have a look at chat. Right. Same here, love the New Haven stuff. P-Wiser is an amazing creator. That's why I built Valley Western to run all his diesels. Valley Western, is that a route that's on the DLS? Ooh, is it... oh, Rockford Valley Western, is this it, or... I don't know. No. Signal... No, these are... sessions, I don't know. I don't see a route here. Actually, no, the top one is a route. Ah, but that's... Why is it... TRI light signals? Is this the route you meant? MRR Valley Western TRI light signals. Is that the one you meant, or what did you mean? Good, well, thank you. Right, I see. Is that route public? It's called the Kennebec River and Litchfield. Litchfield. There's a place in Great Britain called that. I wonder if there's a connection. I can send screenshots. What channel in Discord can I post them? If you can just post them in the Trainz screenshots channel. Feel free to show them on stream. Sure. Well, that wasn't Bertie's theme though. Yeah. Sure it is. If you would like, I can go on VC and explain how the railroad's operation is and give you a route tour with a shared screen. Not now, thank you. I really want to make progress on the MVR today. Actually, I'm going to quickly open up Discord in the background just to make sure that nothing's shown that shouldn't be shown. I'm going to go to the snowy screen. One second. Come on. Just gotta one second. Switch over. Trainz screenshots, and there we are. Right, let's have a look. Actually, I'll make this window a little bit bigger, so then I can hopefully see them a little bit better. Ah, I see. Ah, the speeder. Kango like that. Kango likes the speeders. Right, disused. Well, overgrown and stuff. Ah, yes, the JR buildings, and hey, that's the same road as that I used as well. And the STRMM trees, of course. Yeah, I mean, that looks quite a bit more realistic than the last route I looked at that you made. Yeah, you're making great progress building your skills as a route builder. Although, so is that on the right? Is that asphalt or is that gravel? I'm assuming it's asphalt because you've got the parking lines on it here, like for the parking slot, because you wouldn't really have the paint on gravel, would you? Yeah, looks good. It looks like it's... I mean, if you want to say a little bit about the route in Twitch chat, feel free to do so. I'll happily read it out, but can't do VC at the moment as I want to focus on this. Right, so, grass. Okay, that'll work quite nicely, I think. Yeah, if you've got an area that's a little bit too wide for one single grass pline, that's much easier to deal with than an area that's a little bit too narrow for a single grass pline. Okay, so that. Oh, you're gonna go? Hold on, let me quickly read chat first. There is still work in progress, thanks. So mountains, good. It's dirt. Wait, if it's dirt, how can you have the paint for the parking lot on there? Like, is that a thing that people do in America? Paint gravel parking lots? Won't that just get mixed up very quickly as cars drive on the dirt? Right, we're poor, can't afford asphalt. Oh no. Right, don't worry, we can go back to GTA fun. Ooh, the original GTA. I see. Can't afford asphalt, apparently. Ha. Ambassador, have you heard of rail speeders? Not sure. Okay. Well, it was good seeing you again. Well, reading your messages again, Anthony. Glad to see that you're doing well. You mean GTA is more fun than Shadow's Stream? I have not. A cat, hello. Yes. I saw a cat today from the bus. Wait, so the bus sent you a cat, which you then saw? Is that what you mean? Okay. Ah, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it. Okay. Now, how does this look from the track? Well, yeah, from the tracks. Do we need a fence along there or no? Maybe. I mean, we've got one back there, and with this... yeah, we'd probably have one along there. But I want to put down buildings first. So, now that we've got the trees along here, let's decide on the buildings along this bit. Because this is elevated, we're going to have the backs of the buildings there, and I actually need to bring the terrain down a little bit over there. Okay. It was a gorgeous calico. Delivery from Right Gemini 3. It was actually a G2. When you go back to the vanilla Minecraft series, I will be forcing MHU to get all the new cats. Haha. I wouldn't expect anything less. Wouldn't expect anything less. Maybe just a simple backdrop of some of these buildings would suffice, perhaps. Yeah, that looks quite good. Especially if I put some asphalt down there. Maybe this object again. That's a good point. What does it look like from over here? Because actually, I know I haven't... Actually, I might only put a few trees along this little embankment here. Because I do actually quite like the idea of carrying on the little asphalt back alley thing that we started over here. I was about to type that, but thought, not sure. Let's just do G3. We have SDs, but no G3s. Haha. We have SDs, but no G3s. Haha. Ah, yeah, of course. Forgot, sorry. None at CS anymore, which is the depot. The route I was on is from 2. I wouldn't expect you to know that. Why Michu again, though? You already forced him to do it on this world. Well, see, I think what Albastru has taken away from that is that Albastru tried to force Emichu to get all the cats, and succeeded. Emichu actually did it, so they succeeded. So that means it's a success rate of 100%. If you're already at 100% success rate, why risk lowering that by trying it with someone else? Because with someone else, you don't know where you stand. You don't know what that success rate would be. And since it can't be better than 100%, you only stand to lose something. So why would Albastru go with someone else? Right, Albastru? That's your thinking, though, there, isn't it? Enjoy some leaves while I read chat. No worries. And in the Minecraft one, I haven't made my money back. And? Also, when's the wedding? Is it when I'm coming to Devon, I think? I think so, yeah. That's what I had asked. Oh, you want to know when I'm coming? Summer 24, probably. Well, we'll see. Oh yeah, nah, I did mean the wedding. Dartmoor wedding, let's go! No, it's raining out there. The moor will be very dangerous. And it's night. And it's windy. It's not good to be out on Dartmoor with the Myers, where there's no shelter, in the cold, in the rain, at night. That's not a good idea. You could quite easily perish. May have to go to Exeter sometime this year, but it will only be a day, and so I won't have time to meet anyone. Aw, well... Well, then we'll just have to save that for when you do have time. The reaction to that! May have to go to Exeter sometime this year, but it will only be for a day, and so I won't have time to meet anyone. Crying. Kank Fango. Ha 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 ha! Kango. We could briefly meet at the bus station. Or wave, maybe? Well, go with what Jared I said. About the success rates, yeah. I wouldn't want you coming all that way just for that. I want it to be special. I may not have to go, and I may have time if I do. I'm not sure at the moment. But Paradise, I want it now. I mean, I'm not stopping you from coming to Devon now. Soggy Mar Nightly Dartmoor wedding? Definitely a night you won't forget. Ha ha ha. Albastru, Xemichucks. The Levante is leaving at midnight. Ha ha ha. Aren't you going to take the train? The train would be much more comfortable. For a wedding? Come on, you've got to take the train. Okay, and then I'm just going to apparently delete the... No, I don't delete the splines, just... Come on, give it a second. Train is like £1 million, Shardais. I thought it was like £1 million sterling. Working week? Well, we'll make time for... Yeah, we'll make back in time for the working week. Working week, but what about wedding break? If you break your wedding, your job isn't gonna cover for that. My friends and I like looking at all the destinations on the ticket machines. It's about £400 for a train to Inverness from Brighton. Just get a plane. But trains are better in many respects. So I want there to be an interesting building in the corner. Let's see, what kind of buildings have I used over here? I suppose it could just be, like one of these offices with the shops in it. Although that might be a little low. Although I suppose that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. But don't you get discounts for wedding charters? Wait, sorry, I think those make the price go the other way. I'll go to Salern's head office and scream, "Don't you know who I am?" Grab him by the bow tie, haha. Don't do that. You might ruin the bow tie, and bow ties are cool. If you get the reference. And if you don't, then you're probably a bit confused. Right, so what do I put along here? Let's just go through some more of these office buildings. We could put another one of those there. How would that look? I don't like that's all the same height, and I can't really move that building down, so I'm going to have to either use a taller one or a shorter one. Let's try a taller one, like this one, maybe. Just put that one there. I don't know. Maybe one that's I don't know. I don't know if I like the taller one there or not. Maybe a shorter one might be a little bit better. Although, looking at it from this angle, it does look quite good with a really tall one in the background, and then that creates a nice gradient. Although, I don't know what buildings will be between these yet, so can't really say if that will end up fitting well or not. Might be better, but a significant fraction of the price and time. I mean, if it's better... Hold on. You say, it might be better, but a significant fraction of the price and time. Surely that wouldn't be but, it would be and. Because those are all good things. But I'm not planning on visiting Inverness any time soon. Ah, I thought you were going to visit Willis. He was already looking forward to your visit. I'm not going to break the news. Actually, yeah, that'll fit quite nicely in here. maybe. Actually, maybe I'll just put 2 of these together so that it's a little bit thicker for what I need. Oh, it's on a grid. Ugh. Although that looks okay. And 1 more in here. Like so. I'm really gonna see the top of them anyway. So, like that. Good. Yes, but the Lyme Regis, though. Lyme Regis is nice. That's in Dorset. Although it is on the western edge of Dorset, by the coast. Could have the wedding there. Or your actual birthday, maybe. The train might be better, but the plane is a significant fraction of the price, and Tim. A significant fraction of Tim. I bet if it crashed, I bet that Tim has significant fractures. Okay, that's looking good. I just need to fill this with asphalt. And I'll just put a few buildings to cover up the gaps that you can see through there. And this is taking much too long. Inverness, Florida. Are you paying? No. I will tell Willis tomorrow, next week. In person? Hey. Yes, I will go see Willis to tell him I won't be seeing him. Comically stern glare. Clark Shadows, Lyme Regis is in Devon. Wait, no. Dorset's right. Yeah. Like, it's like right on the edge, though. You just need to go a little bit further west, and then you go into Devon, and then you get to, well, Seaton and Beer and those. Right. Although you go past, what was it? Sidmouth first. First? Or is Sidmouth after? No, it's before, is it? No, of course it isn't. Sidmouth is after. It has to be, yeah, because the coast path goes from Lyme Regis to Seaton, and you don't pass Sidmouth on the way, so of course it has to be. It's been a long time since I was there. Fraction of Tim. Sorry, I was hoping you wouldn't see. Sometimes I do miss them, but other times I do not. Oh, I didn't mean to double click that. Ah, yes, Lyme Regis. You can see the lovely, famous sandy beach of Lyme Regis there. Fun story about that sandy beach. It's artificial. It didn't used to be there. They put it there. I saw them put it there with diggers. They put the sand there. It just used to have a rocky, pebbly beach. Yeah, that looked like this, basically. Yeah. Hold on. Does it mention anywhere? Ah, here we go. The town's main beach was relayed and reopened. Actually, landslide continued to cause problems in the area into the 21st century. 2005 work began on a 60 million engineering project to stabilize the cliffs, protect the town from coastal erosion. The town's main beach was really, yeah. I think that might be it. On the evening of May 2008, 400 meters, section of land slipped onto the beach between Lyme Regis and Charmouth. That wasn't... No, that's not the one I meant. It called for diverting the West Coast path inland between Lyme Regis and Charmouth via the Lyme Regis golf course. I do remember that. I do remember that. I used to go on that quite a bit. Anyway, it doesn't look like they've mentioned that. Right. If it's any consolation, I didn't see it. Have the wedding in Newton Poppleford. Trainz, going westward. Lyme Regis, Seaton, Beer, Sidmouth, Newton, Poppleford, Exeter. Wouldn't it be Exmouth? And what about Baddeley Salterton? Right. And those were always stony pebbly beaches. Yeah. Darn changes of history. Rocky beaches, typical England. Yep. And the golden sand, though, right? Yes. No, sure it is. Exmouth and Baddeley's all around the shore. I know they were. X53 didn't go there. I wasn't talking about the X53 bus. You may have been talking about the X53 bus, but I was not talking about the X53 bus. Was our bus through talking about the X53 bus? I don't know. Just gonna have to wait and see. Right, buildings. Oh, I'm getting very distracted today. I love talking with all of you in chat, but it does mean that I'm gonna make much less progress in the stream than I would otherwise. I can hear the rain out there, it's very nice. Because I'm in here, not out there. How would that look? It's a bit too obvious. I need a building that's a little less obvious than that. This one, maybe. Although I do like the fire escape on the side. Okay, and then I might actually. Would you be able to see the back there? Kind of. I need to make that back there a little bit more grimy, so that it actually looks like a back alley. Maybe even add a little bit of the kind of gravelly texture around there. Okay, looks better. However, I do need like some carked pars back there. Like that one. These, and then especially over here, just so you can see that there is actually some detail back here. Yes, I know that that's very close there, and you wouldn't really be able to, well, you wouldn't really want to park a car there. However, it does, from the tracks, it shows that there is actually space there. So, yeah, that adds a lot. Okay, next section. Heading northward towards Exeter. Sometimes divided by Honiton. I'll bus through. I was talking about the X53. Of course you were. What's the X53? I know, of course, but you do not. You do not know. And therefore I'm asking you... Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I ask you if you don't know? Is it 3 is the Jurassic Coaster? Yes. Only for the most Jurassic of coffee cups. But yes, you're right. It was so good before they split it into different parts. Because if you've got a journey that's that long with buses that are that infrequent, then for each split you have to account for missing a bus, which means that you end up having to go hours and hours earlier. And if you're going that long of a distance, you're already getting up very early, and so that doesn't really work. Talking of cups, I got a new cat cup today. Ah, I thought it was with cats. I thought it was called a kitten, but a cub maybe. Sure, a cat cub. Sure, it's not a bear. Oh, I'm taking too long with this. I wanted to make more progress than I have done. Well, that looks pretty good. Right. Does it work? It's a cup. I'm not sure it can't work. Kangafango, forgot to add. Did change it from a single autocar, as in photo on Trainz forum, to a double after running the first 2 runs, and started again. Best part, no running around. Yeah, I mean, that is the main reason for the autocars. Actually, I think there was a message from you that I didn't read out on stream. Not sure if it's still there. Oh. Yes, yes, it's the old, not updated, still TRS 12 on DLS model railroad. It's a 27 gauge room. Oh yes. So it's the top one, that one. Okay. I'm not going to download that then, if it's not going to work right with TRS 19. Well, if it doesn't leak, it should be fine. Well, yes, but there might also be toxic paints and stuff like that. In which case, it might work at poisoning you, although probably not. I mean, if it's a cup, then you should be fine. Just if you drink from it and you start to feel really ill, and it's not, and you don't think it's from the drink, just keep using the cup. You'll be fine. I'm joking, of course. You won't be fine. Right, anyway. Right. 14XX between. Ah, yeah, so it was an auto coach, 14XX auto coach. Next year. It's a glass cup with some stickers on. Well, as long as the stickers aren't on the inside of the cup. Actually, yeah, that fits really quite nicely in there, height-wise. Although maybe that would be better used over here. Hopefully not on the inside. There it is, snap. I deliberately didn't do it too loud because I know that the microphone would be clipping. Like so. I think that fits quite nicely in here height-wise. Okay. BS building. Yeah, just a little too small here. I need something to fit in there. Let's have another look at these Tomb City office buildings. Ooh, or maybe houses. Maybe it's a good house asset. This one? Ah, yeah, that's what I wanted. The sort of that sort of thing. That actually fits in really well height-wise. Although the mirrored pattern on it is a little odd like that. Even though I like the fire escapes being on the center, the mirrored pattern might be a little odd. Although it's not too obvious if you're just going along. I'll leave it like this and then we'll see. And maybe use a differently textured one back here. Let's be a little taller. Maybe the pink one. Yeah, that looks like it'll work. Although I should probably bring this a bit closer so that there's actually no gap. Although maybe a gap works fine here. Mirror is good. I think you can get away with it. Okay, well, in that case, bye-bye. Now I've gotten away with it. Wait, why are you all still here? Oh, I haven't gotten away with it. Oh, right, I see. Okay, well, in that case, sure. You win. Okay. Well, I trusted you. I honestly thought I'd gotten away with it. I think I would have gotten away with it too if it hadn't been for your persistence. Okay, that looks good. I'm not making the end bits yet. That also looks good. Now it's just those two areas on this section. Right, come back this instant. I get paid by the hour to be here. Then why do you complain? If you get paid for it, what does it matter if I'm here or not? If you stay here by hour, if you get paid by hour. Yay! Streamer never wins. Ooh. Getting philosophical. Which, by the way, means love of knowledge-ical. Or not knowledge-lover-ical. Does that look good? Yeah, I suppose that works. Right. Streamer Kai win. Wait, what? No, I would not want to watch streamer Kai Win's streams. I mean, on multiple levels, I would not. That works, and then I'll put another one there to create an L shape again. Kaiwin on so many levels is just the worst. Well, I hesitate to say human because she's not human, but effectively human. If you don't know who Kai Wynn is, or was, or will be, depending on how you look at it, she was Kai of the Bajoran faith after Kaiopaka met her untimely death. Well, life, well, yeah, both kind of on that moon. I know it's like we're talking about Doctor Who, but no, it's Star Trek. So, yes, that's one of my fun facts. Although, Phil is closer to friend than love in modern Greek. So I'm told. Yes, I know, we've been over this, I think. Philip comes from Philly, epos. Horse lover. Chalets, X, DD. Same. Phil, not Phil. Phil, sorry. Having a moment. I mean, that's what life is about, isn't it? Moments. According to some people. I won't name names, but you know who you are. Hopefully. If you don't know who you are, you should consult your physician and ask for your money back. And if he tells you that he didn't take any of your money, don't believe it. He's lying. You just can't remember. Alright, these are not the buildings I'm looking for. Wait, why did that building do a hand motion to me a second ago? Huh. Anyway, yeah, they're not what the buildings I'm looking for. I'm looking for maybe one of these ones. It's been a while since I've used one of these ones. That might work quite well in here. Although saying that, there is that S-bend, so maybe not. Although maybe over here. Hand motion? Yes, like that. That's what the building did. Although it really doesn't matter because I'm not. It's not the building I'm looking for, so it really doesn't matter what it did. Now I think maybe one of these ones, and then I can attach multiples of them together, perhaps. Although even that appears to be a little bit long for here. Yeah, that won't work. I need one that's less long. Maybe that one. Building stone 5. It's a little low, maybe. Although that one's also quite low, so maybe that would work. Ah, there you go. Quick fire question. Abasta 916. Which sounds more appealing to you? Evil saucepan or electric mop? I can compete with an electric mop any day. Well, any day except for Saturday, but luckily it's not Saturday. Wait, what do you mean? Oh no! I have competition! Thanks. I would love to be both, though. What do you mean, be both? Kango Fango wasn't asking which one you would rather like to be. He just asked which sounded more appealing to you. Like which would you like to have? Like if I asked you, what do you want? Do you want an ice cream or do you want some chips, for example? Which is more appealing? You don't. If I ask you which is more appealing, ice cream or chips, you don't think like, oh yes. Would I rather like to be ice cream or be chips? That's not like how. And then I mean that's at least somewhat more accurate because those are food items, and some animals would consider you a food item. But an evil saucepan or an electric mop, like. How do you... Right. How about an electric evil saucepan with moppish bristles on the other end? Oh, 2002, you're back. Hello. Did you miss me? I didn't even throw anything at you, so how could I have missed you? Maybe I can... Maybe, ooh, let's try... No, these are different lengths. That won't work. I'll just have to put some other buildings back there, which I'll have to do anyway, but... maybe try... Actually, could I get away with having this be that close back there? Maybe. If I give it a little bit more of a gap to about there, and then fill the rest in with asphalt. Yes and no. Those buildings there are a little bit too short. What if I rotated it the other way? Because then we've got a bit of taller buildings there, I think. Yes, but then that building repeats too many times. Although, what if I lowered it down so that those short buildings disappear? And then turn it this way after all. And then brought it in closer. No, that does not look good. I think it looked best the way I did before, like that, and then I'll replace... Well, I'll put some of the other bit taller buildings in front of these ones. Although this will have to go on the temp block layer temporarily. / semi-permanently. Yes and no. There needs to be a gap there. Because even though you won't really see through there too much. But there does need to be a gap because you can see up there. And then asphalt it all in. Also, here's a thing that I learned recently, which is that apparently for hundreds of years, going all the way into the 19th century, Europeans were buying Egyptian mummies and then grinding them up and then using what was left, which they called mummy or mummium, as medicine and also as pigment and kind of like a wonder cure for a lot, some stuff. And actually a lot of, according to the sources of the internet that I looked at, for some time a large portion of Egypt's income came from exporting mummies to Europe. So it is, okay. Yeah, hold on. Where is the... one second. Let me see if I can find... yeah, there's a link. There is an... Mumia, that was it. Not mummium, mumia. There we go. There's the link. You can see a lovely bottle there, which contained it, with lovely font and the 18th century, an apothecary vessel. You can see there's, I mean, some of it was natural bitumen, like this, apparently, but You can see, according to this Wikipedia article, it was due to a little mistranslation, originally meaning mineral pit or something like that. You'd have to read the article to actually figure it out, but I think that was something of it. But anyway, so I hope that none of you were eating. Wait. If his husband, yes, you're back, yes, good. I would rather be the chips. Chips as in actually chips, or chips as in fries? Chips as in you have a potato and you chip off bits of the potato, and then you've got the chippings, also known as chips. So the fries, yes. Because if you've got, like, if you have a potato and you chip some stuff off, then you've got the chippings. And then if you have those and you make them crispy, then you've got crispy chippings or crisps. It's fun how the different cultures went around about that differently, like that. Those words. I'm not crazy over ice cream. Sure is. You're getting too passionate over this. I am an American, Donny. Donny? Or crisps. Just let me be this pan. Sure is. I am going to slap you. No. Of course you're not. For starters, I wouldn't let you. Donny? Dodge. What? That's what the British call us. I don't know. Actually, chips. As in long sticks of potato, not crisps. Or the fat tobaccos. I don't think that the amount of fat on the American's body is particularly relevant to this current conversation. So fries? Basically, yes. UFO pan? Yes. Proper chips. I can deal with the trash can, sidewalk, garbage can nonsense, but not the whole chips thing. Watch out. Okay, so that's what Mummy is. Eating popsicles is fun, they said. Not anymore. My truck in ATS is the most beautiful truck to ever exist. Good. Congratulations. Who just Apple paid something? What? Who just Apple paid something? Don't know what you mean. Eating a chocolate cookie. Oh, well, I'm sorry for your potential loss of appetite. I need to make more progress on this. Chat is being too fun. Ooh, actually, is this on the... Nope, that's still the straight. That's handy. We'll create a little access way to the back alley area there. By little, I mean quite substantial. Anyway, you're not really going to pay too much attention back there anyway. I'll probably put some crates or something back there, but that's not the important thing at the moment. I might put some trees between there as well. Who knows? Who knows? And I've still not caught up on chat. Popsicle. Orange juice, 58%. Mineral water, 30%. Mummy, concentrate, 12%. Yeah, blech. Never again. Sounds lovely. Sounds lovely. That's what medieval Renaissance era people said about Mumia as well. Sounds lovely. Oh no. Oh no. That is not lovely. Right. And I guess I'll use some more of the cobblestones over here as well, just to create that little area around this taller building as well. Like so. Ooh, and then maybe we can use some more of those trees with a kind of soil texture underneath. And then, actually I suppose that should be fine. I'll save, and then I'll read a bit more chat. Actually, hold on, let me quickly, is that? Hold on, did I? Oh, right. Nope, that's all good, that's all good. Looked a little odd in OBS there for a second. Is one of the W900s? Yeah, I come with W900, sleeper. Speed day cab through a sleeper on it. The cabling sound. I did not make that sound. I'm sorry for your potential loss of appetite and potential loss of partially eaten chocolate cookie. Sorry for being fun. I will continue to be a bore. Ah, good. Although I'm not sure you could manage that even if you tried. Shadows, how do you stay motivated to stream 2 hours almost every night? Chat. Well, chat and people in voice chat if it's a multiplayer thing, basically. Could I, like, it would be so nice if there were different versions of this large city block N. If there were a, hold on. Oop, what, hold on. Oh, it's the music from that thing that I was hearing. Anyway, how does that look? Actually, yeah, that looks pretty okay. And that's what we aim for then. We are pretty okay. Plus also, to continue to answer your question, Anthony, I don't really play games outside of streaming nowadays. I used to, but I don't have the time now. So if I get to play some games on stream, that's great. And then if there's people I can enjoy it with in chat as well, or in voice chat, if it's a multiplayer game, then that's even better. And so you can see that it actually isn't that difficult to stay motivated for these things. No, I don't like the trees back there. They don't fit. Just doesn't fit. Yeah, that needs to be asphalt. Although it does look a little bare like that. Maybe some carked pars would help. I can hear the rain out there. It's really quite loud now. Oh, it's so cozy. I know I could never do that. I think you'd be surprised what you could accomplish if you really tried. Or how about a boar? Or would that be too fun? If a bus-through suddenly became a boar in chat, I don't think that I would count that as fun. I think I would probably count that as annoying and kick-worthy. And by kick, I mean getting kicked from the stream, not physically kicked. I'll try putting one of the wooden barriers on there. That might add just a little bit of extra detail that we need. Just to tie that scene together a bit. Now, where did I used it over here? Good. Yes, that way around. Good, good. Just sort of like that, and then maybe have it carry on to there. Yeah, that doesn't look great, that transition there, especially with a low texture quality. But maybe I can hide some of those buildings with another building. Let's try that one. Actually, width-wise, that might fit quite nicely in here. Though I may want to lower it down a bit. Yeah, like that. So you've got a little bit of a higher resolution building in front. And again, I may very well change some of this to make it look a little bit better for the final release. If it's necessary after I've added bushes and stuff like that. Which I'm not sure that it will be, but... Oh, there's just so much chat. Let's see. Oh, yes. He has Beyonce playing inside those earphones. Actually, I don't have anything currently playing. I usually do put them on because I sometimes have to test the stream audio, but I don't actually need to have them on currently. Trees in pots or planters? I do have some of those over here. The old ones, the city tree ones, these ones, and I've used these in a couple places. They are 2D-ish. Like, it's not just a cross shape, but they aren't speed trees. So using them a little bit further distant like that actually works quite nicely. And they actually look alright from the shadow side as well, which is not a guarantee in TOS19. And nice. You enjoying the new model? Oh yes, Tricity Summit, yes. Or Ozone. I haven't listened to Ozone in a long time. Yes. Like the spare time. Shame. Think. What must be a favorite? Lyrically, I'm just gonna quickly go over that. I'm not gonna read out some. Okay. What's your favorite trucks in ATS? I'm not entirely sure. In my main game, I bought one truck when I had enough money, and then I used that quite a lot, to the point where the truck became the traveling companion, and I didn't really want another one for me to drive, because that truck, the first one I bought, was the one that I went on all those journeys on, and that I discovered so much of the map with, and, well, back then so much of the map. And so I never really felt the need to get a new one or to replace it or anything like that. Yeah, it's quite loudy too, the rain, yes. Live performance is loud. It would be loud if there was a conservatory, yes. Sorry, off topic again. It's fine. We do stray off topic on these streams quite a lot, it's okay. I'm bored, so I have nothing else to say. Well, that's fine. OMG, don't kick me, I didn't do anything. I said if you turned into a boar, as in, like, the animal. If you turned into a boar in chat. Base game, probably the internal, yes, okay. For the background, city blocks. Really try Dave Snow and DM Drake? Actually, have I don't know if I've had a look at the DM Drake assets. Interesting, let's see. Oh, he made the Adams River stuff. And if I look for city, oh, the city. Oh, these ones. Yes, I do have these. In fact, this is the one that I've used here. Ooh, actually. Oh, I think it's Dave Snow, not David Snow, yeah. Ah, yes, and these ones I do also have, but these ones are a little bit too low. Although there might be... Oh, actually, these city buildings look quite interesting. Although I think they might be a little short. Some of them, maybe. Let's try one of them. What was it called? City building road. Okay. Oh, it looks like I already had some of them installed. Let's see, how tall is that? Yeah, see, that's just not really tall enough for what I need. City streets. Yeah, I may look into this further at some point, but currently I don't really want to spend the time. But thanks for the suggestion. Oh, I feel a bot coming on. Oh no! And there's the bot. No! Ouch. Save. Bot, oog, ouch. Save. Trees and pots and pans. Trees and pots and pans. Trees and pots and pans? Can you show me an update of what the map looks like in the map view? I want to see how much I missed. Well, this is what it looks like currently. So, yeah, you've got this branch with the falls, the silver falls. Remember those? Got that going to New Starport, New Southport. No, New Starport. Yes. The dam there. Got that. And you've got this branch with the sugarcane stuff. You got that. And then down here we spent a whole long while building the industrial area here. There's just this huge, highly detailed area. And then the main line going through the city. And now we've just got to build the buildings along here. And then we'll build the terminus there. And then that'll be the route feature complete. So it is. You bought the Kenworth W980S. One SES removed recently. Not removed, remodeled. I read that as remodeled and accidentally said removed because I was thinking about, I wonder what it would, like, I was thinking about, what if that said removed instead? And then I accidentally said removed. That I have Euro, yes, okay. I may get ETS2, I'm not sure. Whatever you like. Okay, it's currently on sale, good. Just some ideas. Yep, that's good. Of course the map is bigger than you remember. It's because I keep building on it every time I build on it. So, right, I need to put stuff back there. These buildings. I really hoped I'd get a lot done today. Oh, we do still have over half an hour remaining, so I can still do significant stuff. How does that look? Does that look okay? Is that... Yeah, that road does kind of very obviously end there. That isn't great. I think I'm going to have to move... Hold on. I think I'm going to have to move this over a bit to allow the road to actually continue through. Holy sheep. Removed? Not on sale right now, but... oh, so it was... okay, sure. Yeah, okay. Okay, sure. I'm so excited for when I get to start my new TRS-19 route. The one that I'm making the train for. Because that's going to be a real change of pace from the MVR, which is going to be refreshing. Well, actually, these trees might fit quite nicely back here. Though I do need more space. It looks like they're growing adjacent to the walls because of the angle. Or was it the Saxons' fault? I don't know. One of the two. Actually, yeah, that looks okay. What's going to be at edge of barred city backgrounds? The edge of... oh, you mean like here? What's going to be at the edge here? Is that what you mean? Or what do you mean? Show station, Morton 1. No. Hey, Charlotte, at some point I would like to do an operating session on... Sorry, Charlotte, at some point would you like to do an operating session on my railroad? You will need your own engines and cars, though almost everything I have in terms of engines and cars is third party. I would like to do it. However, at the moment, I am really just focusing on building stuff. And then when I do more... Actually, tell you what, how long do you think the session would take? Like playing one of your sessions? Depends. Like a session that would showcase the route in a that would showcase what the route is about. The one that would showcase the route would take near 2 hours, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I mean, there are other routes that I already want to have another look at, like, for example, the Slavic Eagles Polaris route. I've not played through all of the sessions on that one yet, and I started that a long time ago. And there's also Marquis Cornish Railways route, which he's been updating a lot, and when the next update gets released, I will also revisit that one. But yeah, I do want to have a look at your route. It's just finding the time for it. Although I may not do... Yeah, I mean, plus another thing is with... like... having, like, okay, so there's a difference between having, like, a look at the route and just driving down it, like, in, like, a free roam thing where I place my own locomotive and like that, or driving a gameplay scenario that you've designed. Now, a gameplay scenario I likely wouldn't be able to do, since you like using third-party assets, which I don't want to install and or buy. So it would likely have to be just a either looking at it in free cam mode, well, yeah, looking at it in free cam mode and also driving on it partially, probably, if it's, because it looks like the speed limits are going to be quite low on that route. And so maybe I could do it sometime in addition to one of the building streams, but I really don't want to do any route showcases or anything like that more after, well, before I've finished the MVR feature complete, because we are so close. I just need to finish this stretch that I've been working on this stream and have been getting massively distracted. And then we just need to build the terminus station back there. And then that's basically it. Doing like the other maintenance stuff, like updating certain scenery areas or adding some baseboards in the mountains so that you can't see the backsides of them. Stuff like that. I think I'll probably do off stream. Because, I mean, that's just repeating a whole bunch of stuff that I've already done. That's not making new scenery. So, yeah. Actually, that looks pretty good. I don't think we even need another building in there. I think I'll just put some asphalt there. Maybe one of the city trees, one of the larger ones. Might fit quite nicely there. Although I'd have to really move it into the corner so you can actually see it. Okay. And then over here. Right. I can send you the CDP and you can do a tour. Yeah, I already said about that. Although in the city, I don't think it would load because I use JR downtown buildings. The JR downtown buildings, a lot of them are on the DLS. I've used a lot of them myself on this route. Did you, are there JR downtown buildings that are only available from their site as well, or? What do you mean? Also, yes, I am making these roads much more quickly than I did in the beginning. Because if you look down that way, you really can't tell the difference. I'm playing Illawarra, South Coast, NSW Australia at the moment. Is that a route for trains, or is that a train simulator route, or is that, what is that? And I've heard of that. Yeah, running on my railroad it's all 20 until you get to Richmond. Why? And then it's 10 the rest of the way. Yeah, I'm not sure how suited that would be to live streaming, like driving on it, because, well, you're only making very, very small progress, and it does look like it's mainline running. Like, if you're only going 20 or 10 in a very dense, like on a very dense route, where you've got lots of scenery changes and lots of very narrow like pathways and stuff like that where the tracks go through. Actually, no, I don't like that back there. Then that can be okay, but judging by your pictures, it looks like it's mostly just going straight through not very well maintained track, which is very prototypical and realistic and can be fun to drive, but I don't think it would be very suitable for a stream to drive on. At least not all of it. And that doesn't mean I can't look at the route. I can still fly over it and have a look at it that way, the majority of it. And then maybe drive a little bit of it, that like an area that has some of the highlights of the route. But again, I want to really focus on finishing the MVR first. Hey, remember these buildings? It's been ages since I used these. Oh, there was that sound again. Can you actually see that gap? You can. Hold on. I think I'll just fill it with maybe this building again. I've got a few of them already over here, but it should be fine. Although, maybe if I lower it down somewhat. King Fango, great route, 9 sessions. Okay, That cream-colored edge building, I'd pull it out of the ground a bit. What do you mean? Which one? I've no idea what you mean. No idea what you mean. Oh, do you mean this one? I can move it over very slightly, like to about there, but I can't really pull it out of the ground much more because I want it to have the same height as over here. Plus, if I move it, although if I move it like that, then the window will be covered. Maybe very slightly, like that. Pretty sure, right. As you can see, I have amazing spelling. Yes, there is extras, but most were added to TS 19 already. But what, like the route where you said you were driving, is that a TS 19 route, or is that a train simulator route, or what is that? The Illawarra. My trying is bad today. Typing. Perfect example. I'm right there with you. But you said you had amazing spelling. Well, you're not gonna drive on my route. You're gonna run operate on it. True, if it's an American route, yeah, I get that. Although in Britain, it is, you do drive a train because you've got a driver. Because the difference is, in America, you had train engineers who also drove the train, because those engineers had the engineering knowledge to also make running repairs on the train. Because if you were stuck out in the middle of nowhere, you had to have that knowledge to be able to repair some things that you can do out in the field somewhere, out on the road, which is why it's an engineer, not just a driver. Whereas in the UK, because the distances aren't that far between towns or something, the people driving the train, the drivers, didn't also have to have that engineering knowledge, and so they're just the drivers. They aren't engineers, they are just drivers. Although if you look at that history and then you take that into account and apply it to modern engineers in America, like locomotive engineers, do they still know how to repair a locomotive, like a diesel engine or whatever they're driving? Do they still know that? Like, are they still actually engineers who would be able to make repairs out on the road like that? Because if they're not, if they're just trained to drive the trains and they're not trained to repair them, then are they still engineers, or are they just drivers, like drivers are in Britain, who don't know how to, who don't know don't have the engineering knowledge or training that would make them an engineer? That's the question. The scenery level on that route is in part very high, so you might have to turn down settings if you don't have a high-end PC. The majority of my route is 10 miles per hour. Sure, it's not this one. Oh, you meant a different one. I don't know. One warning does use assets not on DLS. So it is a TS 19 route. They are free. Yeah, I tried to only install DLS assets because it just makes it easier when building a route to not accidentally use assets that I then can't republish, or that won't be accessible for people when I want to publish the route. The one you sunk down. What? I don't know what you mean. It's an American route. That's usually the conductor's job to do that. I see. So things have changed then a bit. You would not think so with all the new tech. Sherry, do you remember the tree you placed right on the corner? It was opposite that. Oh, so... Oh, you mean that? Oh, that one. Maybe a little bit. Although... Okay, there you go. Okay, we've still got a little bit of time left. I can still do some more stuff. So I'll probably overlook the other building. It would be too tall then. Like if you're looking at it from down here, it already kind of looks like it's the same height-ish as the building behind it. And that's what I wanted to avoid. I moved it up enough so that you've got the beginning of the base underneath there. Like so it looks like it's on the ground, but if I moved it any higher, then you wouldn't really be able to tell the difference, and then it would just look like the same building but reskinned, which, yes, it is what it is, but that's not what I want it to look like. Okay, so now if you look through here, no, I'm going to need to place like one more building here to block that line of sight, but maybe a bit of a lower one. Maybe like that. Actually, no, that's the one I used out here, which means that wouldn't really work very well. 1 second. Maybe one of the office buildings. Maybe that one, that's quite large. That might fill the space quite nicely. Although again, that's the same height as the other one. Maybe if I move it down here so that that little green story at the bottom is like the ground floor. Yeah, then that brings it up nicely height-wise. Okay, so is there anything else over here? Ah yes, this little gap, that needs to be dealt with. Only the different NSWGR overhead and Trainz for the route are non-DLS, so not that bad. Ah, right. I see. So I'm guessing that it's a route on the DLS then. Like how do you get the route? Or is it on from a third-party website? Okay, now what kind of building would I like to have over there? Maybe try some of these ones. Building Tower 1. Although that does look a little too modern, perhaps. Although it does fit color-wise quite nicely. Maybe if I moved it a little closer and then put cobblestones around the base. Actually, this shouldn't be twirled. This should just be a normal texture like that. And since we've already got the road going past here anyway, might just extend it a little bit further. So, and then asphalt it up a bit. This area over here. I suppose I could put this along there and then maybe add a little bit of the kind of like gravelly texture around there with maybe a little bit of the other cracked textures there. You're not really going to see it that much anyway, just so there's a little differentiation between the areas. Then we just need like one more building over here to fill in the line of sight. I think just like that. I think that should do quite nicely. Although you can still see through there, which is a bit unfortunate. But since we've already got a few of these buildings, maybe we can just make it into like a Y shape and have this continue like that. Although I can line that up a little bit better. Hold on. Yeah, like that. Can you still see through there? You can see a tiny little gap. But that's actually a good opportunity to use another building just back there to make it look like there is actually a little bit more going on back there. Although ideally I'd like to use one that has a much more different color, like that one. And probably also height if I just move it down somewhat. Yeah, just like that. And then just fill this little area in with the asphalt. Like so. Yeah, that looks quite good. Okay, so that's all done. Ah, this area here. That's not quite finished yet. Right, chat. I guess if you want, I will send the route CDP and you can do a flyover. Not sure what asset will be there and what won't. Yeah, I mean, best to do that when I actually do have the time to do it right then, because if you were to send it now, then by the time I have the time to actually look at it, you probably will have already built more, so then there would really, then you'd have to send it to me again. So, okay, I want one building in there to cover up a whole bunch of this, probably one of the larger office buildings, like that one maybe. Probably just sort of like this, and then moved down, because I don't want it to be, if anything, I want it to be a little bit lower than the rest. So just sort of like that. Yeah, because it's just for if and when you look back this way, so that you can actually see that there is a building there, and you don't just see the edge of, well, the edge of scenery. Because that's not anything that you really ever want to show the players, which is the edge of the scenery. Yeah, that looks good. Although we could use one more building, just kind of placed like this, although how would that impact the view from over here? Actually, that looks pretty good. Right, so now we've just got to put buildings around this little intersection. I might just be able to use the building group from before, maybe one of the Brooklyn. Hold on, I'll go there to the transitional space, because I remember using some building group objects back here, these ones. Yes, the street's Brooklyn. So, where was I? Over here, yes. Let's see. No, I was over here. Let's see what that would look like. This one's a little low down, but it might do the job. Yeah, if you just look that way, you can actually see there are buildings there, which is basically just what I wanted. And then maybe put one more in like that to take it around the curve. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't really need to do much more there. Although I do want to place bushes along that little green stripe there, because Otherwise, it'll just look like I didn't change the ground to what I wanted it to be. But if I put bushes there, it means, no, I've actually seen this little green strip, I've paid attention to it, and I want it to be there. It's deliberate. So, yeah. Right. Then maybe have a little bit of an asphalt road going this way and then connecting up back here or something like that. Just again to reinforce that this is actually deliberate. And then probably a little bit over in that corner as well. Now if you look back this way, is that good? No, not quite. I'll need another building in that little spot there, and then a little bit on the other side, probably like a few trees on the other side as well. Let's try maybe some of the commercial buildings. There was a warehouse that might fit, like that one maybe? I don't know. This feels like the sort of place where there might be a warehouse. Even though I know we've got the really tall buildings over on the other side of the tracks, but sometimes things can get separated like this. And yeah, that fits quite nicely. And then I can just put a few trees along this bit. Lower them down a bit so you can't look between them as easily. A few trees back there. And yeah, that looks pretty good. Except I do still need to add a little bit of asphalt behind this building, and I'll add quite a bit like this, so that it looks like, again, it's deliberate. There's an actual lot back there with usable space. And if you look back from this way, yeah, you can see the buildings in the distance. That's good. You can kind of see through this little gap along here, which means I'll just need to place one more of these building groups. Yeah, let's try this one again. Like that. Can you see through there? Is that going to be good? Yeah, that's good. So now if you look back this way along here and you just manage to look through that little gap there, you can still see buildings. So now let's just, we've only got a couple minutes left, but let's just have a little, I'll rechat and then we'll have a little fly through to see what it looks like if you're going along the scenery. See if there are any obvious points that I still need to fix. But I think we've probably actually managed to, except for all the bushes along the right of way here and grass, I think we've probably now managed to finish the left-hand side here. First chat. So, right. A route on the DLS with links in the forum to the other assets. If you have the full version of Trainz with all the extra routes, then you should not have any problems. Good. I do indeed have I have the base version of Tiers 19, not any of the regional versions, but I don't have Trainz Plus or anything like that. Right. Shredder's is overtime. How dare he? Ha! I was already going overtime when you were still in your... No, actually, no, you probably wouldn't have been. Never mind. Right, so we've got the station here, which I still need to finish. This isn't quite done yet. I still want canopies and stuff like that. But anyway, scenery, yes. So you look back that way, and then let's just gently fly along, and let's see what this looks like. I could do a little bit of stuff like that, because seeing that green through there isn't ideal. That looks okay. That looks okay. There is a little bit of green that still needs to be painted over back there. Maybe even an intersection road-wise. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. Yep. That's all good. That's good. You come in through here where you can luckily not see much. But if you could, yeah, that would look okay. And then we've got the park with the cars. It goes along here. I still need to put some grass plants along there. You come this way. More. And then, right, then it comes onto here, which is where we haven't built any further. So I quickly, very quickly, want to fix those two little spots I noticed, just while I'm already here, while I've noticed them. So this should be painted over with some sort of asphalt, so that if you look back that way, you can actually see the asphalt there. Although ideally, I really want to place like just one more building there. Yeah, why not? Just so the space doesn't look as big. And then you could also see a bit of grass looking through somewhere. Where was that? Oh yes, back there. Yeah, this needs, I very quickly need to fix this. 1 second. All I need to do is bring this back a bit, then create a very quick intersection. Then I'll take a screenshot and then we'll end the stream there. I was worried that it wouldn't be that productive with how much I was getting distracted. However, I think we actually did manage to build quite a lot. Yeah, so if that's like that, can you actually see that is an intersection? Yes and no. I need to... Actually, can you? Alright, that is there, but... Yeah, I need to put in a white line along here. And yes, I know that is further away from the curve than it should be, but with the shallow angle that you're going to be looking at it from, you wouldn't see it otherwise, or at least you wouldn't have any chance of seeing it otherwise. Oh, there's a little bit of grass showing through the edge of the road. 1 second. There we go. Maybe just one more building. Not anything fancy. Probably just one of these. Just in that little corner. Yep, that looks okay. Although I don't like how that's poking out. 1 second. No, don't merge. Do not merge layers. There we go, that's good. Although, can you see? Yeah, you can see a little bit of grass through here. There we go. Right, now. Right, chat and then screenshot. I stayed here for most of the stream. What a surprise! Hey, shadows, bushes and grass splines on the left side of the right of way. We'll do that tomorrow. Shadows, also those two large, bright curved buildings and those two towers by the flyover are too symmetrical. Maybe, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, do you mean this? Do you mean these buildings, these curved buildings? No, that is deliberate. It's like this whole section here was designed by the same architect. It's the same. Although the towers in the background, I may change those up, but that depends on what the scenery looks like going forward that way. So that's why I haven't changed that yet. But yeah. Although I do quite like seeing those two towers peeking over this building as you're coming around the corner. So I may keep them after all. I don't know. Or may replace them with a different tower. But now it is time to get a thumbnail. Which means I may increase the render distance somewhat. That's another one between the curved ones. No, that's all made by the same architect, signed by the same architect. Actually, a little bit more render distance. Just so we get a few buildings back there popping in as well. Maybe turn it a little bit further this way. Yeah, that's probably going to be a good thumbnail. Anyway. Right. Tomstead, 130. Kagafango, Anthony 2002. Albastro 916. Everybody, thank you for joining me once again for building the Milton Valley Railroad. I know I keep saying it, but we are actually getting really quite close to the end of this route, which I'm quite relieved about, even though it has, of course, been a lot of fun to build. Yeah, it has taken a long time, as you probably know. Actually, I need to turn down the render distance 1 second. Yeah, that should be fine. But yeah, exciting, because in the background I'm already preparing the new thing that will be coming after the MVR. There might be a little bit of an overlap, I don't know yet. So yeah, I'm already preparing that with the train and with maps and stuff, but that's exciting. And so yeah, so see you all tomorrow, hopefully. So it looks okay. It's like a big shopping center with a hotel above it. Right, thank you for the company. You're welcome. Right, catch you the same time tomorrow. MVR started 3 years ago almost. Right, so good night, everybody. Bye-bye.